Now, this is the story of the coward that became king. It started as a wonderful day in the life of Ebuka, who was on his way to God knows where, when a beautiful girl jumped into his keke in fear. She was being pursued by some very serious palace guards. Ebuka on his own side was confused as hell. What was the problem? Here is the princess of Umule, who was forced by her father to get married to the strongest warrior in the land, Ojadike. The princess didn't want to marry Ojadike. She knew him to be a bully, and her father didn't see anything wrong with that. So in frustration, her father decides she must marry the husband she wants to marry sharp. Now she actually had to tell the guards who were chasing after her that Ebuka is her suitor and fiancé. So these palace guards took Ebuka by force to the king of Umule. Ebuka was presented to the king of Umule, a man with anger issues, and Ebuka knew better from the uncle not to play with the king of Umule. The princess presented Ebuka as her suitor, and the man she chose to be her husband. This was contrary to how things are done in their land. But since she chose Ebuka will have to prove himself worthy. He will have to undergo 5 tests to prove he is worthy to marry the princess and become the king of Umule if the present king passes. These tests were the wisdom test, the chastity test, going into the evil forest and coming back alive, loyalty, that's the loyalty test, winning Ojadike in a fight. This was rigorous enough, but the 5th test was what scared Ebuka the most. He planned to elope with the princess, but the princess wasn't cooperating. To make the matters worse, he won the chastity test. This made the princess fall in love with him and didn't want him to go. Ojadike, on the other hand, couldn't take this. His biggest dream was to marry the princess and become the king. To him, no one can ever take that from him, not to talk of a rat like Ebuka. The princess convinced Ebuka that he can make Ojadike fear him if he can present himself as a strong man. Ebuka agreed and acted with some guards as if he had some charms and supernatural powers or sort. He wanted Ojadike to see it, and it was all make-believe. As he expected, Ojadike, who always took that route, saw him display and fear gripped him. The great Ojadike panicked for the first time in his career. He thought Ebuka was a great sorcerer, and that worried him a lot. To make matters worse, Ebuka went to the evil forest and came back alive. Whoosh! He must be from the gods. Ojadike, feeling scared and cheated, was convinced by his right-hand man to seek the help of a popular native doctor. Little did Ojadike know that that was just a plan between his right-hand man and the king to test his loyalty. The witch doctor performed some ritual and announced him to be the winner of the battle and the next king. Ojadike was now in high spirit, waiting for the day. The day for the fight finally came. This was Ebuka's 5th and last test. Ojadike was so excited to crush Ebuka instantly. In fear and panic, Ebuka cowardly opened up to everybody in the village that he is not a warrior. He never knew the princess before in his life at all. She cajoled him into playing her fiancé. He did not leave anything out. The king, who wasn't quite a patient person, lost his temper as usual. But her daughter cried and confessed his love for the young man. The whole village shouted. The father now, who is the judge of the whole thing, ruled the game in the favor of Ebuka and not Ojadike. The conclusion was that Ebuka was a sincere person that knows his strengths and his weaknesses. Ojadike almost ran mad. Baba be one para, but when they play am the tape of him fuck up, Baba just calmed down. Long story short, that was how this coward Ebuka became the king of Umule. Please subscribe to our channel for more videos like this.